Hey guys, what's good? It's your boy Oreo, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today, I'm just trying to find videos to react to. So I came across this video that looks interesting. Top 3 online businesses to start in 2025, even if you're broke. This was uploaded by a YouTuber by the name of uh, Ruri Ohana. Ruri Ohama. I hope I said her name right. Yeah, so top 3 online businesses to start in 2025. It's kind of got me intrigued because this is something that I've kind of been looking into previously in previous years. I've been trying to look into like different side hustles and stuff that I could do, you know, either full time or part time, just like as a side hustle to earn some extra cash. Because I don't know if I ever made this clear or not, but I hate working 9 to 5s. I hate doing manual labor. That shit sucks. I hate it. And I'm pretty sure there's so many people on the internet who can agree with my sentiments, including every person who is a creator on the internet, which is why they're doing this for a living and not a 9 to 5. But everybody who's a creator on here was smart enough to figure out the system and everything. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I still don't understand the damn thing because if I did, I'd be doing this full time instead of working a fast food restaurant having to deal with customers day in day out. So I want to learn something. That's why I'm clicking this video to see what I can see what this person can offer me. So let's just get right on into it.
I've been in this online business world for 5 years, and businesses I've made generated well over 500K US in profit. I've tried everything from service-based work to digital products to content creation with this channel of 1.4 million subscribers. And I get asked all the time, what online business should I start in 2025 if I'm a complete beginner? So in this video, I'm going to give you a real breakdown of each business model without selling you empty dreams like many gurus promise on YouTube to make passive income without any additional work or something.
Here in my garage, you gotta love those guys. I love you gotta love those people. The ones that will sit here and try to show off a lifestyle that they may be living or maybe they're not. Who knows? But they're like, hey, so I made all this money doing X, Y, and Z, and now I got this amazing Ferrari. I am sitting in the front seat of my Ferrari, sipping on a margarita and eating spaghetti with meatballs. You want to know how you can be doing the same exact thing that I'm doing? If you sign up for my masterclass, I will sell you a 10 course session giving you the breakdown of how I made this amount of money in so and so days for a lowly cost of $10,000.99. But if you get it now in the next 30 seconds, I will bring the price down and cut off a percentage. So instead of paying $10,000.99, you will now be paying $9,999.99. You gotta love those people.
Break down how much it costs to start, average time to make your first $1,000, and most importantly, scalability.
Okay, so this kind of makes sense. This kind of makes sense. The first part of this makes sense. How much it costs to start? Because let's be real. Let's be completely honest. You're not gonna make a business. You're not gonna start a business for free. Some people might like, but that's a very, very, very extremely small percentage. But most people, like the 99.8%, you're not going to make a business for free. You have to, I don't know if you ever heard the saying before, but you got to spend a little bit of money to make a little bit of money. Or you got to spend money to make money. That's what the saying is, but it's still true either way. Like, let's just say, for instance, let's say you knit sweaters, right? Let's just say you knit sweaters and you want to turn this into like a hobby thing. You want to make a business out of it for people to buy you sweaters, which is cool and all. But you still have to spend money, right? All the material that you're using to make the sweaters. How are you getting the materials? You're not growing it in your backyard. So how are you getting it? You gotta go to the store and get the yarn, get whatever you need to make the sweater. You need the tools to make them. The tools ain't gonna last forever. What if you do something to where one of the sticks breaks? Now you gotta go buy another one. You gotta spend money to make money. That's the only way your business is gonna work. It's the only way. So okay, so I see the break. Okay, so I see this. She's gonna break down how much it costs to start, the average time to make your make your first 1,000, which is very oddly specific, but okay. And then scalability. I'm going to assume scalability is if whether your business can be brought up or expanded on a larger margin. Like if if your business is successful in a small area, could you possibly expand it to other areas surrounding that area? Could you spread it out across the city and maybe even across the state if need be, if it came down to it? So I think that's what scalability means. All right, cool. Let's get into it.
Just one side note though, none of these businesses are easy. If building a successful online business was simple, everyone would be doing it.
Oh, absolutely.
One of my favorite
Absolutely. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. If it was easy, I'd be doing it because I would not be working the job that I'm working at now. I would not be working at Wendy's right now. I would be sitting right here making content for you guys all day, every day. Not a care in the world, not a thought in my mind, just here because this is what I love to do anyway. I love to be in front of my computer. I love to sit here and watch videos. And hell, if I could really sit here and get paid to do the same thing that I do literally every single day, I would do it in a heartbeat. I sit here and watch YouTube videos for free. Now imagine if that became a job for me. I'm getting paid to do something that I've been doing for 30 years straight for free.
quote is entrepreneurship in the art of staying home while the house is on fire. It's so true. And if you want to learn the exact steps to build an online business, especially on YouTube, I actually created a free comprehensive guide that walks you through everything. The link is in the description below, so check it out. If you're looking for the
Okay.
fastest path to make money online, service-based businesses are, in my opinion, hands down your best option in 2025. Because you're selling your time and skills directly to clients who already have money and they have problems to be solved. The most in-demand services right now that I know are centered around creator economy and digital marketing, which are like thumbnail editing for YouTubers, video editing, both long form and short form, brand partnership managers, copywriting for emails and sales pages, and also social media management. Now, I know what you're
You know what? It makes sense. It does make sense. I tried to apply. I tried to ask other people if they knew anybody that needed an editor. Not to say that I'm like the best editor out there, but at least I have like a good bit of knowledge on how to edit my videos, right? So I've had a lot of practice. I'm a lot better than I was 5 years ago editing. Like, you should have seen my editing work when I started. This shit was absolute dog water. It was garbage. Then over the years, I gotten better equipment. I gotten a better editing software, and then I started to practice a little bit more. And then my editing skills got a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better until I started discovering new ways to do things. And I also took inspiration from other videos that I watched, like certain things that happen, certain moments, and I'm just like, ooh, that looks like a cool effect that I could apply to my videos if I wanted to. And so I practiced those things until I get like a handle of it. Now, I'm not using like, the fanciest editing software. I'm not using Final Cut Pro or Sony Vegas or anything like that. I'm using Wondershare Filmora, to be specific. Filmora, I think 11 or 12 maybe. I can't remember what number we on. But I've been using that for years, and honestly, it's never stirred me wrong. I'm just more comfortable with it. Would I be open to learning how to edit on like Sony Vegas or Final Cut Pro? Of course, but for me, it's so difficult. So I need someone to show me how to use it, and I need someone to like actually be here and actually walk me through it and show me different things and shortcuts. That's the only way I'm gonna actually learn how to use it. I mean, I could sit here and just try to do it by myself, but we be here all day, and I don't know. I don't know if I really have the time for that. So yeah, but yeah, I think what yeah, but yeah, I think what she's saying is pretty correct. Also, before I start this back up, ma'am, ma'am, what is going on here? Is this mic not on? is this mic here just for like show or something? Because it is not connected. This is supposed to be here. The look, you see the way look, I got the same mic as you, I believe, right? Do we both got the same mic? We both got the Shure SM7B. Anyway, look, my thing is right here. It's plugged into this part. This this part should be right here. If I took this out right now, you wouldn't hear jack squat coming out of this. So what's going on? Anyway, all right. I'm done with the exposing. I'm sorry.
are thinking right now, but I don't have many of these skills, which is completely fine because you can actually start as a junior freelancer offering services at a lower rate while you're still developing your expertise. You don't need to be best in the world, you just need to be slightly ahead of the person willing to pay you. And if your price reflects your experience, most of the time people are fine with that. So where do you find these opportunities? Most people use Upwork and Fiverr, but in my opinion, real opportunities
I have used Fiverr in the past. I've never used Upwork before because it's kind of. I mean, it's not confusing, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna get much traction from it. But I did use Fiverr before. I did offer my services as an editor. There was one person that did take me up on my services. I can't. Jackson Pryor, I believe was his name, and I've edited a few videos for him. It was like some vlogs. Even though I was promoting gaming funny moments content. He hit me up and asked me if I can edit his videos, and he sent me like vlog stuff. And I was just like, you know what? Okay, fine. I mean, I do edit vlogs too, so I'm like, you know what? All right, I can do this for him. Um, but I edited it. I sent it back. He loves the way it came out. Never really had a problem. Never said anything about, hey, during this part, I didn't really like the fact that I said, can you cut this part out? Nothing. He was just happy with it every time. Every time I sent it back. But yeah. Um, and then after a while, I started going through stuff to where I couldn't keep up anymore, and yeah, I stopped editing for him. So yeah.
communities are more like niche communities, like for example, Discord servers, Facebook groups, or Twitter. And in my opinion, Twitter is like a gold mine for creator economy related like freelance work because creators are often fine with training someone to their taste and they're searching it on social media platforms. So how can you start? I would say pick one skill that interests you. Use free YouTube tutorials to learn the basics because there are comprehensive courses on everything that interests you.
Hold on. What you eating there? What you eating there? That looks good. That looks good. Can I have some? Fuck, now I'm hungry again. I just ate a hot pocket in the last video. Damn, now I'm hungry again. I got some water left. I'm thirsty. Nope. I'm gonna go get the water later. Damn, kind of hungry now. Fuck.
Use free YouTube tutorials to learn the basics because there are comprehensive courses on every skill that you can ever think of on YouTube. And after you learn the basics, price yourself 30 to 50% below market rate and start looking for small projects. I know it's low and it doesn't sound excited, but if you don't have any experience, your priority should be gaining experience and building your portfolio as fast as you can, not to like make six figures overnight. And the biggest challenge with service-based businesses isn't actually the skill, even though most people think that way. It's consistently finding clients. And for that, you have two main options. The first one is networking, where you directly reach out to potential clients and build relationships. That could be DMs, emails, or maybe word of mouth. And the second one is content marketing, which is creating strategic content that showcases your work and where you try to reach to your potential clients through content.
I feel like it's easier to do that when you're a content creator yourself because then people have stuff to look at. I mean, you could also just be really good at editing and not make content at all yourself. Like you can like just be a complete nobody who knows how to edit pretty well and then you can build your portfolio that way. But I feel like it's gonna be even harder to get clients when they got nothing to reference to. I mean, you can always just send them examples of your work, and that's all fine and dandy. But I'm pretty sure most people want to see like where you started with editing and how far you came, and they want to see like different and unique styles. I guess in a sense, I don't know. It might be easier to do that when if you're a content creator, though. But obviously, I'm just this is an opinion. This is the opinion, by the way. It's not like a factorial thing. It's just kind of just like an opinion, and it's also based on like you know, what I experienced. But then again, I've never tried to be an editor before I was a content creator at all. I've just only tried to be an editor after years of editing, and I'm now at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm not like the greatest editor, but I can do a little something something that will make people happy. So I don't know.
If my service is good enough, customers will find the mindset is a completely myth and it's outdated. So for service providers, you don't like need to become a full-on content creator with the fakes everywhere, but you need to showcase your work. Because otherwise,
Yeah, see, I think yeah, see, I guess yeah, you don't have to be a content creator to like to get the job or anything, but you need to showcase you need to showcase your stuff. You need to make some samples in order for you to show off. That's why I was saying it might be easier if you was a content creator, so that way you don't really gotta do too much of that. I mean, you can still do that even though, but then you also have a channel that they can look at so they can see your work and they can see what type of vision you have, because it's more than just looking and seeing stuff and going, oh, okay, so he knows how to do this type of editing, he knows how to pan in and pan out at certain moments. But they also with your own content get to see your creativity, because essentially your videos are whatever you want them to be. They are made however you see fit, you know. So when you're making videos, when you're making your own content for yourself, you're pouring a little bit of yourself into it. So people get a better picture of what type of person you are, or get a better idea of what kind of, a better idea of what kind of person you are and what kind of energy you're bringing. Like I said, all this is just opinionated. It's not like actual factoids or anything like that. It's just opinionated.
where the hell will people find you? I get hundreds of DMs every day, and I want to give you a quick tip on cold outreach. The people that I actually hired didn't message me saying like, I love your videos, I can 10x your views by re-editing them or something like that. Instead, they re-edited my existing videos, posted on social media, and tagged me instead of saying, do you want to see my work? on DMs. Or like they rewrote part of my landing page and explained what they did differently. So you have to be different with your approach to stand out from crowd. And the people that I've hired so far showed me their work instead of just like talking about it and asking for permission. Like just send it. The startup costs are kind of minimal.
You know what? That's probably where I went wrong too. Because I think I did the same thing. I tried to introduce myself and I was like, "Hey, my name is my name is Tyree. I don't care if you guys know my name. My name is Tyree. I'm a content creator. I also edit my own videos and stuff like that. And I can't remember word for word exactly what I said, but I think I did something along the lines of that. Tried to promote myself and then included like some examples. But I don't think I've ever took the creators' videos and re-edited them uh in a different fashion. I don't think I've ever did that. So yeah, maybe I might have been doing this wrong this whole time. That's crazy to think about.
Minimal, like $0 to $500. All you need is a computer plus free learning services, and you might invest in basic software, but many beginners like start with free ones. Typically within free.
That was me. That was me. I that was me 100%. I started with free ones. I started with iMovie because when I started my channel, I started on a cracked up iPhone 4S. And iMovie was free on that phone, so that's what I used. And then I went from the iMovie, I got myself a computer, small little laptop. It was a terrible laptop, but it was a laptop nevertheless that at least got the job done somewhat. um and I think what was the software? It was Windows Movie Maker, I believe, what is what it was called. I started using Windows Movie Maker for a little bit until I got bored of it. I think like after 2016, 2017 is probably when I started using Wondershare from Mora. That's when I heard of it, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was 2017. This is one that is actually very inexpensive too. Like it doesn't even cost that much per year, and you can still do all the crazy editing stuff that you would normally see people do through Sony Vegas and Final Cut Pro. It just comes down to you figuring out how to do those. That's all it is. I mean, essentially, you can do the same stuff on any other editing software. But again, it just comes down to you figuring out how to do said things. And it might be the most tedious job you could ever think of, but it still works somewhat, especially if you can get it to work.
3 to 4 months if you're learning actively and they're reaching out to ones.
Oh wait, hold
And you
on.
might invest in basic software, but many beginners start
Okay.
with free ones. Typically within 3 to 4 months if you're learning actively and they're reaching out to clients. Usually junior freelancers either get a part-time job and they can get their $1,000 that way, or they complete 10 to 20 small projects. The second category is product-based businesses, which offer more scalability but require different resources upfront compared to the service-based ones. And basically, there are two main types. The first one is physical products. You ship things to the customers. And the second one is digital products, which are downloadable items, courses, or
NFTs and shit like that, I would assume.
software. Product businesses have higher scalability because they're not directly tied to your time. Once you create, then you can sell the same product repeatedly without additional work. Digital products like templates, ebooks, or courses have higher profit margins because there are no production costs, or you don't need to keep them in a store or something. And for physical products in 2025, print on demand has the lowest entry point. You design products like t-shirts or mugs, and they are printed and shipped only when a customer orders. There's no inventory risk, but profit margins are lower and competition is higher because it's so easy to get started. And for any product you offer, you'll need a professional looking website to sell it right. But
See, look, right there, right there. You see her mic? Now the thing is inside. Now she sounds a lot different with her Shure mic. See that? See that? Versus it off. Look, it's off. It's on. Off. On. Off. On. See? I knew I wasn't going nuts. All right, let me listen and see if her voice changed when she did that.
Get started. And for any product, profit margins and shipped only when a customer orders. There's no inventory risk, but profit margins are lower and competition is higher because it's so easy to get started. And for any product you offer, you'll need a professional looking website.
She sounds so different. Holy wait, is that the same mic? Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. All right, I just had to make sure. All right, so yeah. What mic was she using this entire time then? What mic was she using the entire time then? Now I'm kind of curious.
To sell it right. But especially if you're a beginner, it takes time, money, and also you need to learn the skills to build a website. So to solve this issue, I want to recommend Build Your Store AI, especially for beginners. Not only it's free, but also the entire process is streamlined and it's super easy to go from nothing to be ready to sell your products online. Let me show you how it works. So first you register and select a niche that is relevant to you and set up Shopify with their basic plan. And the good thing is that it's just $1 per month for the first 3 months. So you only need $3. And after installing the Build Your Store app, their AI builds your entire online store with a single click. For product sourcing and fulfillment, which is often the most time consuming part, you can integrate with AutoDS for only $1 again for the first 30 days, which basically means you don't have to manually handle order or inventory just for $1. Your store comes fully optimized for mobile, and it also includes features like bundle deals to increase your average order value. And the best part is that you can have everything up and running in just a few minutes, and you don't really need to do much. It's actually crazy that now AI can do all these things for us for such.
That is very, very crazy. That's very intense. Also, I normally just skip these ads, but I feel like I needed to keep this in. I don't know why. I just feel like I needed to keep this in. So this is the only time you'll see me keep an ad in for someone else. I still want you to make your money, but yeah.
Such a low cost. If you're just starting, you don't have to spend hours.
Also, I might also look into this possibly myself. So that's the only reason why that's also the only other reason why I'm letting this play. Because I do want to make some more merch. I do want to make some merch using the new logo. I also still want to make some merch using the old logo too, because I still have the old logo. But I want to make some merch using the new logo. Like some t-shirts, some hoodies. Well, maybe not hoodies right now because it's getting hot. So I ain't going to make hoodies right now. But definitely t-shirts for sure. Maybe some shorts. Maybe some bucket hats. Something to think about. Let me guys know if you guys want anything like that, and we'll try to see what we can come up with.
Or a bunch of money to hire freelancers like for your first website. You can launch a fully functional website using like Build Your Store, and you don't need any capital or you don't need to spend a bunch of time. You can first set up your first online store with it, and as you grow, if you really need it, you can hire a freelancer. But if you're just getting started, Build Your Store is perfect. So if you want to get a free store built by AI, check out Build Your Store. I have a link in the description below. And thank you, Build Your Store, for partnering up for this video. Whether you use a platform like Build Your Store AI or create your own store, the key to success with products is finding the right products and marketing it effectively. A great example would be Oliver Burcato, I guess that's how you pronounce it, who started selling like unique chocolates. I'm not going to say what kind of chocolates, certain will rhyme because I don't.
You know what? I understand. I understand. You ain't gotta. I understand. I know what chocolates you talking about. Yep, I know exactly what chocolates you talking about.
And he generated over like $11 million in sales through TikTok. And the idea was pretty good, but the marketing was what made it.
This man sold $11 million worth of cannibalism chocolates. Okay. Okay. All right. Damn.
The difference, as he also explains in like different podcasts, you can watch it. You absolutely must have a marketing strategy. I'm saying this again and again, but that's very important. And for product-based businesses, your approach needs to align with your product type. So let's say like you're selling low-ticket digital products. Low tickets basically like more cheaper items or affordable items, I'd say. Marketing them on short form on TikTok, Instagram is good. For digital products, short form content, Twitter and YouTube is quite nice. For high ticket products, YouTube works best because you need to establish depth and build a relationship with high ticket products. For digital products, you're looking around like $0 to $300, which covers your website setup and possibly some software and also some learning material to create your first products. If you're going the print on demand route, expect to invest between like $100 to $500, which includes your website, basic design software, and maybe a little bit of ads to test your products and also to get some samples. For digital products, you're typically looking at like 4 to 6 months, which includes time for developing your product and getting your initial marketing off the ground. With print on demand, it's usually around like I think 5 to 6 months, as far as I've seen, unless you already have an existing audience or a decent ad budget to accelerate your growth. To be honest, like when it comes to these kind of things, especially with product-based businesses, the timeline is highly dependent on your marketing skills, because someone with a strong social media skills might hit their first $1,000 in their first month, while if you're a complete beginner, it might take much longer to gain traction if you don't know anything about marketing. Like for example, with my own digital product, my Kaizen Notion template for ADHD brains, we hit like 10K in the first day, but that's because I already had a huge following. Even though I knew like a lot about marketing, the main thing that came from my content push. The third category is content-based businesses, which is actually my personal business model, or I would say like my main business model. So how it works is that you create valuable content around specific topics and you monetize it through ad revenue, which is basically the money that you get from views, and then brand partnerships and sponsorships, your own products and services, and affiliate marketing. The honest truth is that content businesses typically take longest to learn size. Like I'm going to be completely honest with that, okay? But have the highest ceiling for growth and offer incredible flexibility. And now, a question that I always get asked is that, can anyone build a successful content business in 2025? I actually don't think so, and I want to be like completely honest and transparent about this, because
you know what, I can't even lie, I probably would say the same thing. Now I would say the same thing. I think back then I would have said, yeah, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this, absolutely. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Back then me would have said that. Now today I probably wouldn't say that, because I'm more realistic in a sense, so I tend to be a little bit more honest about certain things. Not honest to the point where I'm like, breaking hearts and disappointing people left and right, but like honest to where like I'm gonna give you the real world answer, and I'm going to show you why it is or help you to understand what it is. But I also don't want you to lose your faith either. Like I want you to still be able to figure things out, but be realistic about it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to agree with her on this one. Not every I don't think anybody can not everybody can make a successful career out of this in 2025. And I mean, I'm living proof of that right now. I've been doing content creation for 10 years. I've been doing this since the end of 2014, December 13th, 2014. Here we are in 2025. I didn't even hit 8,000 subscribers yet. I'm almost there, but I didn't hit 8,000 subscribers yet. I'm not even at my first 10,000. And usually when you hit 10,000, that's usually when it gets a little bit easier, because then that's when brands kind of start to look at you, because they don't look at anybody that's under 10K. Most in big brands even don't even look at people who have 10K, who only have 10K. They look at people who have like 100,000, 500,000, a million, over a million. But those run of the mill brands that like is small but can still get you a little bit of cash on the side, they don't even look at people under 10K. And I've been under 10K for 10 years. So it's hard. Content creation is extremely hard. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody has the drive or the means to do it. If you do, then that's great. If this is like, in your blood, if this is something that you're passionate about, then of course this is for you. But if this is something that you're not trying your hardest in, then maybe you need to find a different route. You know what I mean? I think that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna let her say her explanation on why, because she might have a different response. She might have the same response, but I want to hear what she says.
I actually don't think so. And I want to be like completely honest and transparent about this. Because like as someone who does YouTube since 2016 and only started to see growth after 4 years of failure, I think like in 2025, successful content creators need much more than just consistency. They need a genuine, unique selling proposition, USP, basically what makes you different from others. It could be a specialized knowledge in an area, or maybe unique perspective, or an ability to explain complex topics differently, simply, or maybe your personality, those could be what makes you unique. You also need to understand the business side of content creation, like analytics, audience growth, and monetization strategies. And many people can go viral once or twice, but the hardest part is sustaining it and making it a consistent revenue. Each platform has like different strengths. For example, in my opinion, YouTube is best for building deep connections and teaching complex topics because you have more length and depth there. TikTok and Instagram have the highest growth potential. It's easier to go viral there, in my opinion. And Twitter works
And that's why I moved over to. That's why I became more active on Instagram, and that's also
well
why.
if you're more of
Oops,
like a writer.
sorry,
Personally,
sorry, I hit my mouse. That's why I became more active on Instagram, and that's also why I moved over to TikTok when I took my hiatus from YouTube. I took my hiatus from YouTube. I decided to go to TikTok to be more focused on there, and I'm doing pretty well on YouTube. I got like 35 or 3600 followers. I got a video on there that's pushing like 68,000 views, and it's a duet, mind you. It's a duet. So I got one video that's pushing like 68,000 views. My other videos are doing okay. They're like, in the hundreds. Some of them over 1,000, not a lot of them, but some of them are over 1,000. And then I got that one that's like 68,000 views. And then there's others that are like 3,000 views, 6,000 views, 10, 20, and, so forth and so on. So it kind of varies, but I feel like a lot of people, when you make certain videos on that platform pertaining to what's popular or what's trending, those are where you can get the most views. Those are where you can you can see yourself going viral. It's either that, or you just have to do something extremely stupid to get yourself on a viral TikTok or on America's Funniest Home Videos, if that show is even still a show. That is very great show, by the way. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you're too young to understand. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. But that's why I moved over to those platforms, and I'm still on those platforms, even though I came back here. I'm still on those platforms.
I'm biased towards like YouTube being the best platform because you can always repurpose long form content into short form, but you can't do the other way around.
So that's called clips. That's called clips, or in that case, YouTube Shorts. You can take a long form video, right? You can take a long form video and you can cut out a certain part of it, a certain part of the video, and turn that into a short, or turn that into a clip that you could post on Instagram, that you could post on TikTok, like a funny moment or something that's like supposed to be inspirational. Anything really, but that's essentially what it is. You can take a long form video and turn it into short form content, but you can't do it the other way around. That is absolutely true. You can't do it the other way around. It's just completely impossible. Once you condense something, you can't expand it. You can't expand something short into something long form. It's just not possible. You have to film the rest of it, or you have to have had that video start from the very beginning and make it long form. So yeah.
The startup cost would be $0 to $1,000 depending on your content type. Like, you don't really need an expensive gear to start. A good microphone like DJI Osmo Mic 2 and a decent camera would be great if your phone is neat and you have storage and phone. If your phones could be fine in my opinion.
Like I said, I started my channel on an iPhone 4S. Cracked up iPhone, cracked camera, everything. If you look on this channel and like go all the way to the beginning, you're going to see what my content looked like, and you're going to be like, "Ill, that is disgusting. What the hell is this? Why are these videos uploaded in 144p versus 720, 1080, 4K that we have now? What is happening here?" It's going to look so bad. But now I'm sitting here chilling again. I don't have I can't I'm not going to sit here and say I got the best equipment right now. Yes, I have a somewhat expensive microphone, but this was a hand me down. I didn't even buy this. My roommate Anthony gave me this microphone. He also gave me this. He also gave me this. He also gave me this mic stand. And you see how you're seeing me right now through this webcam. My other roommate gave me this webcam to use. I still have my old one. My old little Logitech. What was that? Logitech C922, I believe. I think, or it was a C920. I still have my old camera. It's still in the box, just in case something goes wrong with this, which I don't think it will, but it's still there. I still have it. I don't have the most expensive equipment, but I have equipment that works, and I'm not really complaining about it. It still makes me look good. You can still hear me clearly. So yeah, no problems, right?
Others is really the audio quality. If you are a complete beginner, I would say to get ad revenue in
Sorry.
6 to 12 plus months. Brand deals 6 to 8 months. Once you build like a small but engaged audience, you can actually get sponsorships faster than you expect. And affiliate marketing, I would say 6 to 8 months can be faster with the right niche or right product. And yes, the initial period is brutal because you'll need to create content without immediate financial return with content creation businesses, but you are investing in your business and playing the long game because
You also need to invest your time, which is something I did not do for these past 10 years, which is why I'm not growing as well as I would like. If I were to sit here and do this every single day for the past 10 years, who knows where I'd be at right now? Like realistically speaking, with the momentum that I had, because I did grow quite quickly for a little bit. Like it was a slow start for me. It was a slow start. It took me a year to get 100 subscribers. Then by the next year, it moved up to 300. Then year 3, by the end of year 3, I got up to 1,000. And then from that point on, it kept going up another 1,000, another 1,000, and then I took like a 2 almost 3 year hiatus from YouTube. Right when I hit 7K. Yeah, it was right when I hit 7K. And luckily enough, during those 2 to 3 years, that number didn't decrease at all. I was still at 7K. But the problem is, I'm not getting as much views as I used to get in the past. Those people stayed subscribed to me, but they no longer watch my videos. They're probably not getting my notifications at all. Um, they probably found more interesting people to watch, so they're not really going to look for my videos anymore, which is fine, which is acceptable. This is what I get for leaving for 3 years. But if I would have kept that momentum going that I had and did not go on a hiatus, I probably would be well over 10,000 subs. I probably I would have probably been on my way to 100,000 if I kept going at this, if I kept doing this consistently for 10 years straight, each and every day, be at this computer, either filming a video or editing a video. There's no telling where I would be at right now.
Like getting traction and getting leads is the hardest part most people struggle with. It's not the product or it's not anything, it's the leads. That's why like brands spend millions and millions of ads, influencers and creators every single year, you know? And for those interested in starting a YouTube channel, I actually have a free comprehensive YouTube guide that walks you through the entire process from choosing your niche to optimizing your videos for growth, and also helps you understand what makes you unique and your strengths. It covers like how to write scripts, how to come up with ideas, etc., etc. So I'll link it in the description below. It's completely free. Check it out. So which model is right for you? If you need immediate cash, in my opinion, service-based businesses. Hands down. Like, identify one marketable skill, apply from to your positions, start creating content about your service, and gradually increase your rate as your skills improve. That's like what I would do.
That is true. I think that's the quickest way to make money. The quickest way to make money is service based. If you have like a certain skill, if you're a good editor, if you're good at making thumbnails, if you're good at making posters, shit like that, promote yourself out there. Send your work to people. Have them commission you. If you're a person that does artwork, have people commission you. Once you do the commission, send them it, get paid. Boom, that easy. This is why service based is the quickest way to make money. But I'm pretty sure content based is probably the the uh, the slowest way. But it's probably the most probably it might be the most profitable. Who knows? In the long run, not at the moment, but in the long run, it might be the most profitable. But who knows?
And if you want better scalability, product businesses are the best bet, especially like digital products with great marketing. And you can use tools like Build Your Store AI to get started quickly with minimal investment. And if you're fine with slower start but want long-term revenue and a personal brand, I would say choose content creation. Okay, that's what I did. I focused on building my audience and bringing value like before accepting sponsors or develop my own products. And after I get like sponsors, I reinvested that money to develop my own services and products. At the end of the day, like, I'm doing all of the three business models now, you know, the product, service, and content creation business. I started with content and built my audience, then created my digital products, and now I also offer coaching services for those who want to grow their channel. They like work all beautifully together. One kind of like a reminder is that whichever business you pick, this isn't about building a quick side hustle. It's about building a real business that can grow and eventually provide you with freedom and meaningful income. And there will be challenges at failures, but if you're willing to push through those moments, building your own business in 2025 is absolutely possible. Like, no one believed me back in 2016, but I built it after 4 years. If you found this video valuable and are interested in how to utilize YouTube for content creation and product sales, I have a free YouTube guide with everything you need to get started. The link is in the description below. If you find this video valuable, I'm sure you'll find this video valuable too.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye bye. Okay.
$10,000 a month is actually the minimum of what
Damn, my mouse wasn't working for a minute.
some people are making with this side hustle. Authors and artists are making as
My mouse really doesn't want to like respond the way I want it to respond. I'm trying to exit out of the what is this anyway? This is a different creator. That was that video. I'm definitely going to check her content out a lot more off camera because I feel like there could be some stuff that I could learn. She talked about all three ideas, all three business ideas, online business ideas, and I find myself doing the third one more, which is content based, because that's pretty much what I'm used to. That's what I've been doing for the past 10 years. Now I've tried product based. I tried product based, but you know, it didn't work. It didn't work. I've also tried the first one as well. Again, didn't work. I mean it worked for like a little bit, and then you know, it just suddenly stopped. Honestly, I think I feel a lot better doing content creation than I do trying to sell a business or trying to uh do do some type of like something with a skill on the side. I just like being in front of the camera a lot more than anything else. being able to sit here and talk to you guys and look at you guys through a camera lens and just try to be as entertaining as humanly possible, or just be my actual self. I like doing that a lot more, because then I have enough knowledge and enough skills that I can just draw some people in. I might not draw a lot of people in at the moment, but I can draw a little bit of people in at a time, in which in return, as those people coming in, they're checking me out. They might be sticking around, see what else I got. They might tell their friends. They might push my stuff out to other people who will also then do the same thing. Come on in, see what I'm got, see what I'm offering, stick around for a little bit, and then they might tell their friends, and then vice versa, vice versa, vice versa. It just keeps going, keeps going. The cycle just keeps going. So yeah, and that's kind of what happened here, which is why I'm almost at 8,000 subscribers. That's what all those people did. They came through, they saw my content, they said, "Oh, this is a decent person. I definitely want to stick around and see what he got. Oh, let me pass this on to my friends." That's exactly what happened, and I'm loving every minute of it. So it's the slow approach, but I think it's going to be the most lucrative. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up, share with your friends, like, comment, favorite, share, and subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff. And then all my links to all my social media are in the description box down below, so you can check me out on any of my social media. And until my next video, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Laters.